Okay, here I am with yet another silhouette update. I prefer the updates versus just an overall review because everyone gets to see my progress, and if I learn something new about how to handle it and get past an issue, they can. And so you get to see it good and bad, and I'm guessing why it's a love-hate relationship for many, many people. Today's silhouette update is both good and bad. You may remember that I was having a lot of grinding and halting problems last time, and there's a way to do things to fix this, and in my case it worked for 3 days, and I'm going to go over it really quick and then we're going to go to the bad. So, Le Silhouette. I don't know, I'm thinking of naming it Sir Doesn't Cut Much. I don't know, I haven't named it yet. I do tend to name my equipment, but when you're having a grinding halting problem, before giving up and deciding that your machine is broken, in my case I'm starting to really think that it's a lost cause, first thing you want to do is make sure your blade is sharp. So I replaced the blade, and then before I tested it, so I don't know if the blade fixed it or not, I turn off, make sure it's off, and do you see that little black line in there? Basically, very, very gently with alcohol and cotton swabs and Q-tips, I cleaned my entire machine. I know that from when you get glimpses of my office, you think that I'm a slob, but the fact is, the office is dirty because I work in here. When it comes to my equipment, I clean them a lot, so I kind of knew what I was doing because I'm funny about having clean equipment and a clean bed. I actually like clean. My office is just always in disarray. There's no time. Anyway, so I cleaned it up really good. And I made sure that this bar was clean because one of the techs at Silhouette had said that you don't want gunk to be on it. Don't scrape it. Whatever you do not scrape it. You do not want it scraped. You don't want it damaged in any way. So you got to be really, really, really gentle. And then when I had it cleaned, and I mean I cleaned the case, I cleaned this baby. When I had it done, then I took some WD-40. There are people that say that WD-40 will gunk up after a while, so if you know of a better lubricant, please post it below. You can see here where my WD-40 is indeed gunking up, and it's time for me to clean again, and it's only been 3 days. And lubricate this bar, and then with it lubricated, you're going to slide the motor, back and forth. It's hard to do one-handed. You're going to do that about 6 times. That recalibrates your motor. I wouldn't do this like every time you turn around, incidentally. This is just kind of a last minute thing. When you're desperate like I was. Whenever I had done that, and had done those 3 things, or 4 things, the machine started cutting just like it was supposed to, like it has never done since I got it. It was great. It has lasted 3 days. And now onward to the bad thing. What has happened after 3 days, and it started yesterday, so it kind of started going wrong on day 2, is I have been cutting my sticker sheets for Arc Anime Con, getting ready, and it stopped cutting so well. And I was doing die cut stickers. Here's some from today, or what's left of today. And so at first it stopped cutting all the way through, and I was having to trim a little bit and pop things out. Today it's just not wanting to cut. It didn't matter the setting. It didn't matter the thickness. I haven't tampered with my graphtec blade. My graphtec blade I got with my first machine. I'm going to pop it out here. And this is one thing. This machine's carriage really isn't the best. This is the graphtec brand. The blade is supposed to be Teflon. It's supposed to last all this time. It's supposed to be oh so fabulous. Superman couldn't bend it. You know, the Avengers have a Teflon shrine in their little Avenger house, and I got it with the first machine, tried it a couple of times with Shrinky Dinks because we thought it would help the machine to cut Shrinky Dinks. It didn't work. I gave up. I went back to the other blade because adjusting the graphtec blade is a matter of turning a dial, and I find that a little, putting the blade in the housing itself is is a challenge. You've got to put a screw in there. The screw likes to bounce across the house. It's just a big pain in the butt. So I really haven't used the graphtec blade as much. But because my other blade was dull and I needed a switch and this was all I had, I switched to the graphtec blade. I set it to what looked like around a level 4 because that's the, everyone that I have read that talks about graphtec, I left it on level 4 and all I got to do is change the thickness and it's so wonderful and I have never had to switch it out. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're cutting tissue paper or air muffins. I have been trying to cut an average of 3 sheets in the morning before going to my paying commissions. That's about 45 to 60 stickers a day. Starting yesterday, I started to hand cut 60 stickers a day. My hand hurts. My hand is not your healthiest hand. That's why we got the freaking machine, because I can't do it. And because already after 3 days of cutting simple sticker sheets with some lamination on top, the blade is dull. So unfortunately, where everyone else is talking about how wonderful the graphtec blade is, in my 3-day experience, not so much. This sucker dulled so quickly I have to wonder about it. Maybe it was created by a mathematician, I don't know, but at least I got the machine working. It hasn't ground. It hasn't made any funny noises. And I need to look up some better lubricant. One user recommended going to the auto shop for better car lubricant that doesn't go bad like WD-40 does. And I can't right now because I'm flat butt broke, but on payday I do intend to pursue that. But my graphtec blade, for now my operations are at a halt. I cannot cut well with this, and it's sad having to do 30 passes just to get a half cut into a sticker. It's not so much. So silhouette machine looking good so far, and I hope the next time I do a silhouette update I'll be able to say it's still working well. Graphtec blade currently today I cannot recommend.